96.5, Alice. The Love Court is in session.
Jessica Anderson from Anderson Couture is on the phone with us right now. Good morning.
Good morning.
I just feel like it's our briefing time. Like, you get the music in, and, like, she comes in, and she's going to brief us.
So today we've got a bit of a sticky love court. It's about a BFF with 3 children. Says mom is kind of in and out of their lives, and she's bad news.
Yeah. So the question is, dear Jessica, I have 3 small kids under the age of 6. Their mother and I lived together for a few years, but she has now gone off the deep end. She does drugs. She's violent. I'm not sure where she is right now. I'm also pretty sure she's bipolar. I've had the kids with me for the last year. Their mom only comes around when she wants something, usually money. She rarely asks to see the kids, but when she does, I don't let her take them. I'm worried she's going to steal them or do something weird. The last few weeks, she has been asking to take my oldest daughter overnight. I'm not going to allow it, but I'm not sure what legal right I have to prevent it. What should I do?
See, when I first was thinking about this, it didn't sound to me like he could do anything unless he got a court-ordered visitation schedule. But now that drugs are involved, I feel like the answer is different.
Well, I mean, the answer is, neither of them have more right to the children, from a legal standpoint, because they're both biological parents. I assume both, obviously mom's going to be on the birth certificate no matter what, but, they
right.
have the same, before a court order is in place, they have the same right to the kids. So, technically she could come and, pick the kids up from daycare and, go on her merry way with them. But in this instance, he's obviously doing the right thing. If she's, has a substance abuse issue, it sounds like maybe there's some physical abuse issues. It's right to keep the kids safe from her to the extent reasonable. So what I would suggest he do, just so he can protect his custody rights, is he should file a petition to establish custody and support. And basically get the court involved, get a formal order, make his case as to why she should not have unsupervised visitation. And if, she's couch surfing, which sounds like he says, I don't know where she is right now. I think that means, I don't know where she lives. And you certainly can't let your children go off with someone where you don't even know where they're spending the night.
Yeah, so that you're talking about because you're a lawyer, you have to respect the law of the land. But as a dad, I can respect the law of dads, and dads have to protect their children. So I love this man. I love this man's letter. I love where his heart's at, and I love that he's not taking that easy way out of I can get a weekend away from my kids, and here I don't care where they go. You know what I mean? This guy's taking responsibility beyond what. I don't know. I think the law is requiring of him. Because
he's got concerns of the mother abusing drugs and not having a stable home, will this help speed up the process if he does file a petition, or does it just go through a standard time frame?
Well, where a court case goes in litigation, how long it takes, there's no standard time frame. But he would have a interim order, a temporary order regarding custody within the first couple months of filing his petition. So he should do that right away so that he can get the court date. And then he can feel secure in the fact that he's not doing anything wrong. Worst case scenario for him is this goes to court and mom says, Dad has refused to allow me access to my children for the last 2 years.
Oh,
and
how
he
the
should
tables
be
have
punished.
turned.
I should be the custodial parent because he's refusing access. Now, that's only going to work if his claims regarding drug abuse and physical abuse are made up and not
false.
True and not substantiated at all. So, as long as he can prove that case, I think he's doing the right thing. He should allow, to the extent he can, and those kids can be safe seeing their mom, he should allow it. So if that means he's got to be there, I think a couple love courts ago we talked about, visitation at a park or something, where he can let them, have time together, but they're not, he's there to make sure nothing happens. Or
it's a compromise, right.
If there's some mutual person that could supervise the visitation. So anyway, FaceTime, though, for sure. If, I'm sure the kids, regardless of how crappy the mom is, most kids want to be around both their parents.
Go figure.
The way it is.
Go figure.
Yeah, well, that's always the better option, is to have both parents in the children's lives. It's obviously always better for the children, but in this case, when he's worried about her being involved in drugs.
Yeah, but that just means he needs to control the situation, like she's saying. I like that. There's never really a reason to cut him out, like aside of abuse. Like if she's not actively abusing them, I would say let's at least give them a shot. But how long have you been practicing family law? Like how long have you been doing this? Because how does this not weigh on you every time? Like you bring us these stories, and I'm like, God, you feel for these people.
Yeah, I've been practicing. It'll be 20 years in September.
Did you ever do something before that?
I was a young person in college.
Okay, but it's always been family law.
No,
like you chose family law at the get.
Oh, yeah. No, sorry. No, I mean, I did a little bit of civil litigation too, but I was primarily just the law firm I worked at, the lawyer that I worked for primarily did family law. So that's where I got most of my experience. And it just took, and it is hard.
Yeah.
But I would say,
The heart.
as far as areas of law go where you can actually help someone long term, I think
I can
family
tell
law
you
is
have a
it.
heart to help people because you always come up with the best advice where it's like, it's reasonable. Your advice is always so reasonable.
Oh, you're nice. Thank you. I try to be reasonable. I mean, there are cases that, get under my skin, too.
Of course, yeah. Like this, yeah, there are cases I think where they get under all of our skin when there's a parent that doesn't have the child's best interests at heart, and that's usually a lot of them.
Yeah, and some cases there are two parents who are in a really, really dysfunctional relationship, and they cannot get it together for the kids. So to be the lawyer of either of those parents is really difficult. I have a recent case where I'm just like, I don't know what to do with you because neither of you are doing what's best for your kids.
Right.
And, that I would say, so those kinds of cases are super hard for me.
So if you've ever if anybody listening has questions for Jessica concerning their family or their children, custody, whatever the case may be, you will answer any questions that come to you through the Alice portal.
Because she's the best.
On our website.
Yeah, and so we, usually go back and forth, and then if they want to schedule a consultation, they can do that via email with me, or I'll forward it to my assistant. And if they want to give us a call and just schedule something, our phone number is 775-823-0049.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jessica. Jessica Anderson from
guys.
Anderson Couture. We will talk to you again next week.
Here's what's trending on the